Disclaimer: several people were harmed during the making of this video. Hi. Did you know that Jax is the most powerful man in the world? Look at that physique. Look at that perfect weapon of mass destruction. Look at those 4.5 polygons. In fact, he is so unfathomably powerful that people run away from him on sight. Look at the threatening aura he gives off. Ah, wait, that's just his E. Never mind. How am I gonna make a video about a guy whose abilities have one sentence at most? Jax's passive, Relentless Assault, gives him ramping attack speed. Every basic attack he casts increases his attack speed by quite a bit, ramping up to 8 stacks. After 2.5 seconds, the stacks start falling off, one at a time. That's it. That's all the passive does. It makes him a very strong duelist. The attack speed amounts are pretty big early, mid and late game alike, so you'll feel like he's getting angrier just for fighting you. That's what happens when you don't get off the damn lawn, you kids. Jax's Q, Leap Strike, is his only mobility move. He selects a target and then jumps to them, performing a backflip, a double reverse kickflip, and a 720 with a perfect landing, dealing some physical damage if it hits an enemy. You can target literally anything that's targetable in League of Legends, with the exception of structures. Can place down the ward and right on it. In lane, your own minions are your escape, but Jax is such a strong duelist that as long as you play it smart, the only time you'd need to employ this technique is when the enemy Echo just decided to be there and there's nothing you can do about it, bitch. Bonk. Bonk.
Bonk!
Jax's W is an auto attack reset. You activate it, you light your lamppost on fire, your next basic attack deals bonus magic damage and has 50 bonus range. For some certain mysterious reason, it can also empower your Q, but you'll rarely want to use that since you're robbing yourself of the attack reset. I really wish there was more to say about it too. It deals pretty heavy damage,
Bonk!
and the cooldown goes down like GameStop stocks, so max it first and it'll be a substantial source of damage around mid-game. It can help you stack your passive and Triforce quicker too. This reminds me of that stage with the city in Super Mario Odyssey. New Bonk City! Jax's E is named after Dream's Twitter followers. Defensive Stance. It is the only ability I can really say something about, so let's go. Jax enters a defensive stance, and by that I mean he starts swinging his lamp over his head like that with the bell. For up to 2 seconds he takes reduced damage from AoE abilities and dodges every basic attack thrown at him. That also includes abilities that apply on-hit effects, like Ezreal's Q or Fiora's Q. Jax can recast the ability after 1 second, ending the effect prematurely. When it ends, it stuns everyone in the area and deals pretty low damage that increases by up to 100% based on the amount of attacks he dodged. Wow. You got Jax, whose abilities all have very simple effects, and then you've got this little ability. It might be confusing as to how you're actually supposed to be using it, but don't you worry, Papa Kettle is here. In lane, take it level 1, and when the enemy wants to last hit a minion, you basic attack him and then activate your E and chase him. The minions will catch aggro onto you and your E will smack your enemy even harder, while they can't fight back. When engaging on an enemy, activate your E before you jump so you can stun them as soon as you get on top of them and burst them down with an auto W to win the trade before they can even slap you back. Another simple ability. Grandmaster's Might passively grants Jax bonus damage on every third auto attack. When activated, it's the most boring ass ultimate. It gives you resistances. That's it. You activate it and get bonus resistances for 8 seconds. Just like activated when you're engaging in a fight you might not win otherwise. You should know how to use an ability like that anyway, right? Right? Jax is a perfect example of a simple champion, not only in abilities, but also in his playstyle. Everything in his kit screams, I'm gonna split push as much as I fucking want and win every duel with anyone, and if you disagree, come closer and fucking blow me. He's tough to deal with, you can't outdamage him, and seemingly the only way to deal with him is to CC him down and beat him up with a couple of buddies. One weakness is that without his Q, he doesn't have any gap closer, so he's pretty immobile and prone to kiting for the 5 to 6 seconds when it's down. Just chill out in top lane and join skirmishes in the jungle, getting fed. Alternatively, when playing Jack's jungle, fight with your team more, to help them get fed and to secure objectives after one fight. I really can't say much more, he's a very straightforward champion. Fun fact, his weapon isn't actually a real lamppost. It's an ancient Icathian magic wand, an immensely powerful magical weapon that he uses to beat the shit out of you with and then joke about not having a real weapon. Just try not to feel inferior when he's in the room. Runes. Conqueror build, now 30% off, take it while it's still here. Whoop, it's not here anymore. Conqueror works very well with your passive and the healing you get from Ravenous Hydra later. Then Triumph, because none of the other two options are really that good on him, and you can make clutch plays with Triumph's healing and your E. Get Legend Tenacity if you feel like you'll need to teamfight with your allies and the enemy has quite a bit of CC, or get Alacrity otherwise. Bloodlane is also an option if your balls are above the average size. Then get Last Stand for top lane for the aforementioned clutch plays, or Coup de Grace in the jungle to steal your laner's kills. If you're going top lane, you want to take Time Warp Tonic and either cookies or shoes. You take that because you start with corrupting pots, so tonic helps with the pots and with cookies if you take them. When going jungle, take Sudden Impact and Ravenous Hunter. With how often you can use your Q, Sudden Impact is almost always active and it gives you both magic penetration and lethality, good for Jax to slightly mix damage. Ravenous Hunter heals you from your W's damage too, so it's basically like lifesteal, but actually it's not like lifesteal at all, if you get what I'm saying. I like to take these exact items. Blade of the Viego gives you on-hit damage and sustain in longer fights, perfect with your passive and all. Its movement speed also really helps you stick to targets when you have already used your Q. Then Trinity Force, which not only increases your AD the longer you're in the fight, and increases the damage on your auto attack resets, but most of all, gives you the movement speed when you attack, which, just like Blade of the Ruined King, helps you keep up with running enemies. Ravenous Hydra gives even more sweet sustain, and the Omnivamp means that it can also heal you for your W and ult's passive damage. Also, more wave clear equals more split push, equals more turrets, equals more dubs. Sterak's means more survivability in fights, Dev's Dance is good against fed AD people, and you can also get Cleaver to shred armor with your passive, or Wit's End if they have magic damage. Jax is a very versatile guy, so worry not, you can get like half of the shop and you'll be good anyway. Lip time!
Boże, ale mnie ten Kane Counter żongluje. Ja mojego Grompa chyba w tym meczu nie widziałem. Nie, raz widziałem.
Czajnik poszedł pomścić swojego Grompa.
Yes, revenge.
Wyjebane, że smok stoi, Gromp just spawned.
Siema guys, jak się bawicie?
O!
Kurwa. Dobra, to wy się tam dobrze bawcie, ja wam nie pomogę, nie chce mi się.
Ja sobie
Nara.
Idę na Grompa.
Ja wziąłem alternatywną ścieżkę.
Wszystkie ścieżki prowadzą do Grompa.
Weź tak jak Ziggs na ulti.
Nie mój Gromp!
Zabierz mu.
No nie. Gdy wy się bawiliście, ja studiowałem grzyba.
To się nazywa masturbacja.
Kinki. Holy shit.
Dalej
Big
studiuję
Will farmi bota! Wywalone!
Dobrze robi, inaczej też był.
To pójdzie do montażu.
Tak, leci do montażu.
Kogoś kurwa pojebało. Chodź Wigwil.
Jest! Jest! Edgarem.
Teraz idę po pętę.
A jak się ta jedna gierka to może być wystarczająco kontentu na cały segment Game with Friends.
No i tak.
Chyba tak.
Będę wyglądał
Będzie
jak
cały
Pizdu.
ten Gromp Arc i w ogóle.
Gromp Ark, kurwa.
Rescue Ground.
Gromp Villain Ark.
Trafiłem! Nie, jest najlepszy.
Easy.
Okej.
Bąk.
Chuj ci w dupę, Aphelios.
Okej.
Kurwa.
Chuj ci w Avelios.